Our next speaker is someone who was born here, raised to understand the importance of this land, raised with animals and gardens that were organic, and chose a lifestyle to move into that direction of continuing through an innate experience of this is the most important thing for me to do. This is Gabby Hathaway. I'm a little emotional about this because I've known her since she was born. So, Gabrielle, we have a question for you. As a next generation farmer, what does regenerative ag mean to you? And tell us what you love most about it and the 3 lessons you've learned in your time in regenerative ag.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. Mary's made for this job, by the way. A born MC. Okay, regenerative agriculture, I think there's a lot of definitions out there. And if you look it up, I think it's going to be centered around soil health, ecological health, animal health. And it is centered around that. And what it's become to mean more to me these days is farmer-centered and community-centered. Throughout college, I worked at different regenerative farms, would hop from one to the next one, just trying to get the most experience I can. And then in Tennessee, built this farm up for 6 years, and we'd get apprentices to come through. And over the years, I realized that I couldn't get enough of me's to hire, and people would either get burnt out or find that they wanted jobs that made more money, or that the lifestyle just wasn't right for them. It's secluded or whatnot. So I believe that regenerative agriculture is a new wave of agriculture. We're changing the ways that we farm to regenerate the soil, but how are we changing the ways to regenerate the farmer? I know Francis and I were talking about how, I think the day of having your gravestone say, "Here lies so-and-so, never missed a milking in his life." Like, no one should be proud of that anymore. like maybe we used to. And I feel this in Fairfield. It's much easier to be working in the farming space when there's a community that supports it. And you can walk around town and people express all of their appreciation to have a dairy like this in their town, and it feeds the farmer. And I feel that it does regenerate the farmer in the same way that the product is regenerating the community. Someone just told me that they moved to Fairfield for the milk, which is crazy. And then 3 lessons of working in the regenerative ag space. I think that was the question. I think it's important to stay a student and keep asking questions of those that have been in the game longer, and also question their answers. And then to stay balanced, to not overwork yourself and deplete yourself, because you don't want to be a depleted soil in your own body and mind. And then to enjoy the process, to enjoy working with the land and the animals and the plants, and when things get hard, you just remember that your job is pretty awesome.